Now, guys, first and foremost, I want to say that a lot of Nigerians will continue to suffer in the hands of Nigeria police in the sense that they don't know their rights, one, and secondly, they don't pay attention to information. If you are new to my channel, kindly hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for quick update. Let's get right into the video.
I've always heard how the Nigerian police bullies people, and I've seen clips online, but I never thought I'll be in that situation. Hey, Benin just community, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing okay because me, I'm fighting for my life. A lot of you guys have been asking how I got the cocoa on my head. Um, it was my birthday yesterday, 5th of July, and I had like a pre-birthday celebration on Thursday night to usher myself into my birthday weekend. And we're out till the early hours of Friday, the 3rd of July, 2026. While we're about to leave the club in Chile, Oblano Drive, Lost Club, while we came out, myself, my younger sister, and her friend, we came out of the club to get into our cab. The cab was on the other side of the road. We had already crossed to the other side because we had a friend that was parked at the other side of the road and we needed to take our belongings in the car. While we took our belongings and we were about to cross to meet the Uber guy, a yellow bus just came out of nowhere, high speed, and almost hit my kid sister and her friend. But thank God I was fast enough to pull them by their dresses out of the road. So I was trying to make sure that my sister was okay and her friend they were okay. So I was asking them, "Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay?" Before I knew what was going on, I felt very strong hands on my neck, on my wrist. Another one was pulling my blouse from behind, while another was pulling my wig. I was trying to ask, who is this? And the next thing I started hearing was very strong, hostile voices shouting, enter this bus, enter this bus. And I'm like, last time I checked, I didn't come here with a bus, so what bus am I entering? Only for me to turn back and I saw that it was the Nigerian police officers trying to pull me into their bus. And I said, officer, I can't enter your bus. Why am I supposed to enter your bus? While I was still trying to tell them that I'm not entering the bus, there were seven of them in that bus. All of them just came out of the bus. And at this point, they started trying to push my sister, myself, and her friend into their bus. We're all struggling and saying, we're not entering the bus. We didn't do anything. Why are you trying to grab us unlawfully? At this point, we're raising our voices on the road. And some guys that were in the club saw us because they obviously saw me in the club. I was still wearing my happy birthday decorations because it was my birthday that I came to celebrate. They saw me and my sisters and her friends struggling with the police officers. And then they came to the place and they were like, officers, what is it? Why are you trying to bundle these girls into your bus? So if nobody was here, this is how you just carry them into the bus and go. What would you go and say at the station? You go and brand them what they are not. So one of these guys were talking to the officers and trying to um reason with them. My sister and I and her friend were already traumatized, so we moved to one side. And my sister was visibly shaking at this point because I don't think she has ever had this kind of encounter with police. But me, this is not the first time that police officers have tried to bully me, but this one was the worst. My sister brought out her phone to make a video. While she was making this video, saying, "You guys will not believe what just happened. Like we're just coming out of my sister's birthday celebration. We had so much fun, only to come out and meet this kind of behavior." The officer that was driving the bus now came out of the bus and this man now came to my sister and was asking her, "What are you doing?" Was trying to bully her, "What are you doing?" With very strong voice so that she would shake. "What are you doing?" My sister was like, "I'm making a video." Because the last time I checked, it is not a crime to make a video when things are going south. This officer now tried to take her phone forcefully. She didn't allow him. And this was the distance between my sister and the officer. I was standing beside her. The next thing this man did was he carried the pepper spray in his hand and sprayed it into my sister's eye. And then the video she was making just went out of frame because she could not see anymore. My sister started wailing and shouting, "My eyes, my eyes." So and I went to meet. So after this man sprayed her, he quickly wanted to get back into his bus. So I followed him. I was like, "Officer, the last time I checked, pepper spray is illegal in this country. So how do you have it and you're using it to intimidate a citizen that is unarmed? Her only weapon, according to you, was the phone that she was holding." When I was questioning this man, the man now told me I should respect myself. I was like, no, if you had respected yourself as an officer of the law, we would not be having this conversation. Next thing that I knew, two of his colleagues just came. So at this point, there were three officers, hefty men on me, Only me, three of them just pushed me, and I just went head first on the floor. People around said they had my head hit the floor so hard. I was on that floor stiff because of from the force that I used to hit my head. I was stiff on the floor. These officers saw me on the floor, probably thought I was going to die because of that head trauma. And the next thing they did, they entered their bus and zoomed off, left me there to die. Thank God, my friend, because my sister could not even help me. Her friend was still trying to hold her because of her eyes. Luckily for me, my friend and my neighbor were coming out of the club at this point. They saw me on the floor and they ran to me to help me up. At this point, the men, some, I don't know if it's I'll call them, all these guys that are always on the streets in the night and in the morning, they came and they also helped my friend to lift me up off the floor. When I stood, I could not get my balance. I was not seeing anything. I couldn't see anything. I was just seeing blurry, and I could not get my balance at all. They had to literally hold me because at some point my friend left me, and from where I was standing, I had staggered till she caught me. I almost fell again. At this point, they now took me to one car to like relax so that I will not make the head trauma worse. Later, when I called myself, I saw these officers when they were showing off. They were now looking at me with what kind of eye like it serves me right. And I'm trying to understand what did I do that it serves me right. Only for my sister doesn't stay with me, she stays with my mom. When she go home, she asked me, "Can you go on your own?" I said, "Yes, my neighbor is with me. She will go home together." So my sister went home with her friend. My neighbor and I entered the cab and came home. My neighbor asked me, she followed me to my house. She was with me for a long time till I assured her that I was fine. I could be on my own because I have this very bad behavior of forming strong girl, strong girl. So I told her that I was fine and I could stay on my own. So she went to her flat. You guys will not believe that I slept and I passed out from sleeping. The only luck that I had was when my neighbor left, I was too tired to stand up and lock my door. So my mom came to my house first thing. I got home by 4:30 something to 5. My mom was here as early as 5:36. When she kept knocking, I was not answering. She tried to open the door. She found out that the door was open. She came in and saw me on the bed. I had passed out. She literally started screaming and then took water and started pouring it on me. That was when I regained consciousness. My mother was like hospital straight. As I went to the hospital, they carried out several scans, several tests for blood clots in my head, MRI scans, so many things. I was injections here and there. I was not getting myself at all. And I ended up spending the whole day before my birthday in the hospital. Even on my birthday, I was not getting myself at all. And I'm still trying to understand what I did to Nigerian police officers that made them put me in this situation. Because this is attempted murder. I could have died.
Now, first and foremost, I want you people to understand that information is one of the cheapest commodity that you can get out there, right? But a lot of people, they continue to trivialize it. There are many times I have come here online to tell you guys what to do whenever you are being harassed by a Nigeria policeman. But it still surprised me in the sense that a lot of people, they don't know what to do. They prefer to come online, to come around, and then at the end of the day, they will not even get the justice that they want. Right? Now, I want to say it for the last time. If you have any encounter and you feel that you were treated unjustly by a policeman, go to Twitter and then search for police complaint unit, right? Submit your evidence to them. They are going to take it up from there. Right? There is no need coming online to come around because at the end of the day, those people that you think are clapping for you, that are making noise under your comment section, they are not going to render any help for you. So what is the need? Right? And secondly, I'm just getting to find out that 7/7 is a remarkable day in Nigeria by some group of guys. Right? And for some of you out there, I know that you guys already understand, right? But I have good information for you people in the sense that the governor of Edo State has said that this year 7/7 is not going to hold. Right? And a few hours ago, the Edo State security operative, they arrest two people, two suspects that were probably connected to cultism in the state.
Good evening, all. Speaking on behalf of the Special Security Squad, Edo State, is the coordinator, Amuleme Noah Idemudia. We got a message that some members of the Aye confraternity were arrested by our co-branch in Auchi and Oromi environ. the first person of Akume Mohammed was arrested in conjunction with a firearm, possession of firearm illegally, who went to attack a lady, forcefully shooting in her premises and shouting Aye Miasman the way he usually does with some 5 persons. But unfortunately, the woman reported the incident to the members of the Special Security Squad 2 in Auchi, who quickly swung into actions that led to his arrest. And during the act, they recovered a pump action from him and some cartridges, which you rightly see in front of me. That's the person of Akume Mohammed. While the other person that was apprehended was in Uromi by same Special Security Squad branch in Uromi. He's a member of the Aye confraternity too. They said a distress call got to them that he was perpetrating some activities related to, as in cultism. They got to his destination. They've met him with a vigilante dress and recovered the pump action as well with cartridges. So automatically he personated being a vigilante member and as well a court member. We are using this medium once again to tell the general public, most especially those involved in this criminal act. Like the information getting to us that tomorrow is another celebration for court members, which is on the 7th day of July. You don't need to be told. We're already into actions. There's no way you cannot carry that out in Benin, except you go do it maybe somewhere outside the Benin. And I believe you will still be apprehended if you do so. So there's no point. If you already have that intention of gathering tomorrow, celebrating or whatsoever, please cancel it. Just desist from it, because when you are arrested, you don't have excuse. You will be prosecuted accordingly, because these persons are going to be among the, I believe they will be the first persons to, okay, not the first, because we already have a case going on in the mobile court of the speedy court, the special court that the governor just inaugurated. So if you're caught, that will be your portion. Then we also have advised the general public, most especially business owners, that within your business premises, please, the governor has given a deadline till the 30th of, or the ending of July. By the 1st of August, we will send our team out to go around business premises. Please, to avoid embarrassment or the unwanted, get yourself CCTV cameras around your business premises. This will help us a long way in tackling this insecurity problem that we have in the state. Because with your camera, effectively, we can figure out, certain things that you don't know as professionals. Please comply, we beg you, so that the door will be a safe place for every one of us. And a reminder again to the Okaigele, like I said earlier in the other day, a message we'll send our team across to every community to invite accordingly, because we cannot, accommodate everybody at once. But we'll communicate days differently to each community when to come from for profiling. The governor is serious about this, so I want all community heads, elders, to kindly comply with this. And for your information, if you know, because we know that the community, is kind of a traditional institute, because in conjunction with the palace, we are going to be working. So if you know that you are not an Okaigele, you forcefully place yourself there, or you impersonate Okaigele, you've seen those that are impersonating vigilantes being arrested, you'll be arrested too. So come with genuine intentions and prove to us that you are the person in charge of the community. Thank you.
This morning in my house, at Uromi, I did house, the anti-cultists and police come. They say they see me carry gun last week, Thursday, for burial. And that day, so I go meeting. I wear my complete uniform. So as I come from meeting now, I come me say, my friend, they do burial. I could just stop by for the burial. I spend like 5 minutes with them. I call go house. Now meeting, I be go that day. To the meeting. Yes.
Is it the conference meeting?
No. It's for this Nigeria Forest Security Service, NFSS. I'm a member of Nigeria Forest Security Service.
By the federal government?
By the federal government. Yes.
You have that card?
Yes, my ID card is here with me. And even my registration letter is here with me also.
Okay. Who should you go for you?
I bought it when I joined the organization.
How much do you buy?
700.
Did they buy gun?
Hmm?
Did they buy gun?
Now the cost of the organization.
Did they buy gun?
I-
On the Nigerian law, sorry. You permit to buy gun?
But now because I be security officer, now why?
Law. Are you a police?
No, I'm a security personnel.
Are you a DSS?
No,
Are you an army?
no,
Are you a civil defense?
no.
Which other security personnel?
Nigeria Forest Security Service.
That one office. Give the second one. What will be your name?
Akume Mohammed.
Another year.
Akume Mohammed.
Where are you from?
I'm from Edo State, Auchi.
Which school do you attend?
Delta State Polytechnic.
Which society group do you belong to?
Aye, but I've relaxed.
Okay. When do you acquire this and what are you doing with arm?
I bought it for my poultry purpose.
So you bought the arm.
I have a big farm, a poultry.
Okay. Where do you buy it?
I bought it
Where do
2022.
you buy it?
Yeah, what is it called? Yereku.
Goloko. Iroko.
Yes.
No problem. That is the place. That's where you can buy gun. That's where they sell gun.
Uh,
That's where you buy it.
I use it on my poultry purpose.
In that,
And where I live,
do you have license?
no, I don't have license. Where I live, I have a big farm, a big poultry farm.
Now, first and foremost, I don't want to say much about this case in the sense that investigation is still ongoing, right? But the only thing that I want to tell you, if you're a young man out there and you are still involved in one crime or the other, or you still, belong to one group or the other that you know that government is kicking against, the best thing that I can tell you and the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your future is to get out of it, because sooner or later the law will definitely catch up with you. A word they say is enough for the wise. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and don't forget to hit my Telegram link in the comment section. It is going to take you straight to my Telegram channel, because I do post videos there on daily basis that I cannot post on YouTube due to their strict policy. I'll see you guys in my next video.